Hello everyone, my name is Akshay. I go to Los Alamitos High School and this is my statistical analysis of the Chiefs Super Bowl 57 victory. So the goal for this project was to analyze a variance from the Chiefs playing style during Super Bowl 57 and determine how it benefited them. And after watching how the Chiefs used motion to constantly keep the Eagles off balance, I decided to analyze how motion really affected the game. So some of the steps I took were I signed up for an NFL Plus subscription, which allowed me to watch coaches film and watch replays of the game. Yardage and pre-snap motion was recorded in Google Sheets, and then I analyzed the data. Now, some history of motion. It's been around since the start of football, and it was pioneered with the Minnesota shift and Notre Dame box, focusing on the whole team moving pre-snap. Since then, illegal motion and illegal shift penalties have been invented to stop that. And one of the most common uses of motion today would be in the Wildcat offense, which is played with no quarterback. And it was ushered in by the Dolphins in the late 2000s and most recently used in the 49ers versus the Eagles in the NFC Championship game this year. So, some quick facts about Super Bowl 57. The final score was the Chiefs 38, Eagles 35. The Chiefs ran 53 offensive plays and scored 4 offensive touchdowns, 1 defensive touchdown, and 1 field goal. Motion occurred during each offensive touchdown, and during 3 of those 4 offensive touchdowns, motion confused the Eagles' defense and caused the Eagles to bite, leading to mismatches and ideal scenarios for the Chiefs to score. So there are a lot of important plays using motion. I'm going to explain some here. So as you can see on the play, Travis Kelsey, the number one receiver, actually he's a tight end, but has the most yards out of anyone on the team. He's going to line up here edge, on the edge as a receiver, and he's covered by number 2 Darius Slay, the Eagles' top corner. Now, what the Chiefs do on purpose is they bring Kelsey up to the slot, and because the Eagles are playing a man defense, that means safety Marcus Epps has to cover Travis Kelsey. Now, Epps is still a fantastic player, obviously, but he isn't as big, not as versatile, and doesn't have the same playmaking ability that Darius Slay does, hence the nickname Big Play Slay. So what and by using motion, it allowed him to get an easy mismatch. Travis Kelsey is able to use muscle to just forcefully blow by him, and bam, in the end zone for an easy Chiefs touchdown. On the second play here, on the second play here, Travis Kelsey is going to motion in wide receiver Kadarius Toney, once again covered by Slay. What this does is brings Darius Slay up as if it was either a jet sweep or a run. Now, because Slay doesn't know when Toney will stop moving, Slay immediately goes straight for the middle to cover a possible run. Instead, because Toney's movement was so quick and because of the motion, it allowed him to get free and was wide open and able to walk in for the touchdown. Now, the same thing happened down here on the other side of the screen, where Sky Moore is going to motion inside, and the corner right here is going to bite all the way, thinking it's a run, leaving him also wide open. So as you can see, Moore's going to pretend to motion, and he's wide open. It allows him to walk into the end zone as well. So some other sports analysts actually tweeted the same theory I had. Barstool Sports, not really sports analytics, but they do good analysis. 10 to Win, who does a lot of football film analysis on Twitter, and NFL Films on their NFL Turning Point series. Now for stats, yardage charts were made with total plays, yardage with motion, and then yardage without motion. So it showed the yardage gained and lost on each play, and it made seeing spikes and gains and losses easier. So in 39 different plays, 9 offensive players motion, and those tended to be the players with the bigger effect on the offense, with the exception of Pacheco, given the fact that he was playing run. In terms of plays with motion, there was 39 versus 34 versus 14 without it. So the main difference would be yards per play. So I compared yards per play with and without motion, and on average, plays ran with motion gained about 2.3 more yards than non-motion plays. Now that may not seem like a big statistical difference, and in a t-test it wouldn't show much, but in football, 4 plays of those extra 2.3 yards is almost another first down. It's just zero point 0.8 yards short. So with motion was about 7 yards per play, while without was about 4.7 yards per play, and it showed a 35% increase over the original 6 yards per play just in total. Now, the analysis of touchdowns and big plays, motion accounted for all 4 offensive touchdowns, and I thought this was very interesting. Big plays, defined as 10 plus yard rushes or 20 plus yard passes, were not associated with motion. And I thought that was really interesting because usually when the Chiefs ran motion, it was to help someone get open, but it was for more short yardage situations than it was larger yardage situations. In conclusion, motion was a big part of the Chiefs' Super Bowl 57 victory. Their constant movement and changing of it gave the Eagles problems, and unfortunately, the Eagles could not just in time to stop it. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. If you'd like me to make more in the future, please leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe.